Welcome to episode 2 of How to Lose Weight with Data. In this one, I'm going to show you how to set up all the things that you've bought and acquired going by the previous video. First thing you'll have got yourself is digital scales. But once they've arrived in the post, you'll notice in the box a little instruction pamphlet saying Quick Start Guide. I won't bother explaining it here because they're all slightly different to each other, but basically do as it says, and it should end up telling you to download an app on your phone and to link your phone to your device, either via Wi-Fi or via Bluetooth. And the end result should be that when you stand on the scales, the number that appears here also appears here. And once that's happened, you know it's being saved. And every time you stand on the scales, it's being saved. Now, this should be obvious, but make sure you're always weighing yourself with minimal clothing. That way you're doing a like-for-like weighing of yourself every single time. Now, what's really important, though, is NutriCheck, or MyFitnessPal, or one of the other apps. But NutriCheck's the one I've used, so this is the one I'm going to teach you. Now, why am I saying NutriCheck, where you're going to record your diet and exercise app, is the important one? Why am I not saying this is the important one? This is where I'm recording my weight. I want to lose weight, so surely knowing my weight should be the most important data, surely. But no, your weight will fluctuate over the course of the day by several pounds, and over the course of the week by several pounds. You're only trying to lose 1 pound per week, and yet it's fluctuating by several. That means there's a margin of error in any given week of 500%, if it's assuming a 5 up and down pounds, right? So clearly you can't confidently know that you've lost a pound in weight at the end of a week just by standing on the scales, given that they could be out by 4 pounds or 5 pounds, right? Now I've said that, you're probably thinking, well, why am I bothering to record it at all? Because you need it to as a sort of reconciliation, right? Think about when you're looking after your business or your bank account, and you need to reconcile all your income and outgoings. You do need to check that it all totals up at the end to what's in your bank balance. Sort of similar to this, over several weeks, ideally maybe at least over any 2-month period, you'll want to be sure that your weight has gone down by within a margin of error of about 4 or 5 pounds, by the number of pounds per week that you have told NutriCheck you want to lose. The reason you're doing that is just to make sure that the way you've set up NutriCheck is correct, because otherwise NutriCheck will be telling you the wrong thing. Because crap in, fat bottom out. Now I'm going to show you how to set up NutriCheck properly so that you lose weight. That's my scales, but I'm going to show you that later. Let's set up a new account. So you go to nutricheck.co.uk, free trial. Now you must tell it the truth, because your base metabolic rate, that is the number of calories that your body needs just to stay alive, just to lie in bed and do nothing for 24 hours. That's your base metabolic rate. That is different depending on your size. If you think about it, a lion lying down on its side will of course need a lot more calories to keep the blood pumping around its big body than a little mouse does. Yeah. So these things will determine how much calories your body needs just to stay alive. So fill this in. I'm going to just put in some made up data here. Let's put in the weight I was when I started, 209 pounds. Let's put in the height I wish I would be, 6 foot only. Just skipping past this one because I haven't looked at that before. This one's important. They're all important. The first ones I just did, that'll get you the base, that'll allow NutriCheck to work out the base metabolic rate, how many calories you need just to stay alive. This one tells NutriCheck a rough idea of how many calories you're probably burning during your day, because I presume you're not, in fact, lying in bed and doing nothing for 24 hours. You will, in fact, be sitting up at your desk, typing on your keyboard, going to the toilet, going to make a cup of tea, eating, going to the shops around the corner, going to Tesco's and going round the aisles, picking things up like washing to dry. You're doing stuff all day, right? The best thing to do is to tell NutriCheck that you have a sedentary lifestyle. So you choose the lightest options. That way, it will assume that you're just doing those basic everyday things that people that hate exercise do, which is just, you know, doing their day-to-day stuff that they need to do in their usual normal life. My first mistake was I'd actually put moderately active because I am very active. But then I was recording the exercise in the diary. And so NutriCheck effectively thought I was exercising twice as much as I actually was. It thought I was doing the exercise it had baked into my goal because I ticked this, plus the exercise I was telling it was doing. And for a couple of weeks, I wasn't losing any weight. So put light, okay? I want to lose weight. Set the weight goal. Anything you want, really. What really matters is this next one. How much weight do you want to lose per week? I personally wanted £1 a week. It's a decent speed, but it's not such a deep weight loss that it's actually uncomfortable. That's a perfectly comfortable. You'd be surprised, in fact, how much you can eat and lose weight. In fact, that's the most important thing you're going to come away with when you've seen all my videos. I've not been hungry the entire time that I lost weight. I have not had a problem with it at all. I've just now hit the point where I'm now maintain weight. And honestly, I am eating so much food just to maintain weight. I don't know how I ever put the weight on in the first place, really. But now, if I'd have been recording it the whole time, I would do. So £1 a week. Right. Now, choose this free trial. Put in your name and some sort of email address. Your email address, obviously. Password. Tick this. Read the T&Cs and privacy policy, which I've already done before. And there we go. Start trial now. And you can close this. Next thing you need to do, click on profile and then go to set the nutrition goal, and then here change diary layout. Now I recommend choosing the simplified combined food and exercise totals. This enables me to think of calories the same way I think of a bank account. Money in, money out, whatever the net of that, that's how much money is in my bank. Food in, exercise out, whatever the net of that, that's how much calories I've got left to spend. So I'll apply that. It will say go to settings, just that's so you can tick all this lot as well. And I definitely recommend doing it. It's good to keep a track on the other stuff as well as the calories. Apply that. Oh, before we click apply, set the start of the week. Now, I always set it to Sunday. The reason I do that is because I think of Friday and Saturday as the days when I have my most fun. So I generally overachieve calories wise during the week very easily because I'm not doing anything particularly fun. And by the weekend, I've saved up so many calories that I can overspend on a Friday and Saturday and still end up losing £1. So I set it to Sunday because I want to do all my indulging on Friday and Saturday. There are other settings, but I never played with them. Right, so it's all set up, ready to go. Let's just check it over. And I'm going to tell you about filling it in another video. The profile. Make sure that's the correct age, the correct gender, the correct height, the correct weight. When you've made sure it's the correct everything, and you've also set your activity levels to the minimal possible, and you've set lose weight to £1 a week, click update. I'll explain this again in another video, but it's important that you keep them updated every week. So look at this. My calorie goal is 2,000 calories. So I must eat 2,025 calories on this day to be losing 1/7, because there is 7 days in a week, 1/7 of a pound of fat. If I do a bit of exercise, I can earn myself a bit more. Let's go for a walk. Go for an hour's walk. Look, I've now just earned another 237 calories. I've got a standing desk as well. We're going to stand for maybe 3 hours while I'm working. Another 225 calories. 2,500 calories. They reckon the average adult needs 2,000 calories a day, right? 2,500 calories, and I'm going to lose £1 of fat, even with all those calories. I'll go into that more in a later video. But just this one thing, though. 2,025 calories, yeah? Profile. A week's gone by. I've lost some weight. I'm 208 pounds. Update. Go back to the diary. It's now 2016 calories. The number of calories I'm allowed to eat now has gone down by 9 calories. That's important. That's why you need to keep that updated. I wasn't doing that for the first few weeks. Now, don't worry. You'll notice that as you're getting lighter, you're updating it and the number of calories you're allowed to consume goes down. You'll also notice that the amount of calories you burn also goes down as you get lighter, because just like a sports utility vehicle needs a lot more petrol to go a mile than a little Mini, a big person needs a lot more calories to walk a mile than a little person, right? So as long as you keep this updated, and if you have a birthday during your weight loss period, update that as well. As long as you keep this all updated, then these numbers will be correct. Those are the mistakes that I made. Okay, so that's how you set it up. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is, assuming you're going to do what I did, which is getting myself an exercise bike. I've got that downstairs. I get up in the morning. I put on the t-shirt I was wearing yesterday. I go downstairs. I go on this bike. I've already put this watch on the strap right there. I put this strap hanging. I'm hanging this strap here, and I put that around my chest. And I sit on the bike, pick up my book, which I've normally got resting here, or pick up my phone where I'll be watching a Netflix show or whatever. And then I start exercising. And this thing is telling me my heart rate. Now, this is important. You can enjoy a good book or TV show and keep an eye on your heart rate without losing the plot of whatever you're reading or watching. And the great thing about it is that if you get into your book or TV show, you genuinely don't notice that you're exercising anymore. So it doesn't feel like a chore at all. You'll really get into in fact, I can judge if a book is good or not based on whether I go over my minutes or not, because I just have to keep reading. So that's that. You need to set that up. Right. So that concludes the installment of this episode of Lose Weight with Data. If you want to analyze the data from my weight loss journey, you can. You can get access to all the data from my weight loss journey in the Facts and Dimensions Snowflake database, free for 30 days. See the link in the video below. And click subscribe so that you can see the next video where I'll be talking about month 1, no dieting, just data entry.